Hello. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel AgriAddict. So today from this video we are going to start our ICAR PG course 2026 for the subject of social science, and this is our second batch for this exam for this subject. And if you know, we have already produced like top rankers in this subject too, and no doubt our mentors have given the best quality in the previous year with the live plus recorded classes, with the proper study materials, with the PYQs, its discussions, and solved every doubt of a student's entire year. And with the same thing and with the same confidence, we are kickstarting our this year course for the 2026. Hopefully, I wish like this year also we'll be getting very good results from the students, and also all the students who are enrolling to our online master course for all the subjects will be satisfied with the content that we are providing. And just to begin with, the first two classes of both extension and economics will be in the YouTube channel. Master course students were already demanding that they want a live interactive sessions on a Zoom. Yes, we will do it, but just bear with us for the first two classes, which will be directly conducted in the YouTube, so that all our YouTube audience get to know about the quality that we provide. And next, later on, after first two classes of both the subjects of extension and economics, we are going to continue all the classes in our application only through Zoom app, where you can live interact with our mentors. Okay, so just bear with the two classes, and also if you have any concerns, if you have any feedback, please let us know in the comment section. And if you have not yet registered to our online courses, you can watch the videos first. So if you like the content, if you feel that you are able to understand the things, and you will be able to secure good marks, and you'll be able to cover the syllabus of the ICAR PG through us with our master courses, then you can definitely enroll our course, which are available at very affordable price. And these courses, the validity is up to the day of exam of 2026. We have courses for 2026 exam, 2027 also. So if you are preparing for 2027 exam, you can go for foundation batch. If you are preparing for the 2026, you can go for the target batch. Okay, so all the details will be again provided in the description box. And if you have any specific concerns, you can directly contact on this below displayed number, so we'll be happy to assist. Okay, so Anu, thank you so much for joining. Please continue.
So hello everyone, welcome to our first class of social science master batch 2026. Okay, so in this first class I will be taking your course on agricultural extension. Okay, first of all, before beginning the class, let me tell you one thing. So the whole classes will be taken in English. So if you are attending from any part of India, and if at any point of time if you are feeling any kind of discomfort in understanding any words or any concept in between at any point of time, you can comment, so that I can tell again, or I can repeat again as many times as you want, so that you will be understanding. Okay, so first let me introduce myself. Myself Anu Joshi, and I have completed my undergraduation from College of Agriculture, Vellanikara, from Kerala Agriculture University, and then I have done my masters from Agricultural Extension from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, and currently I am doing PhD in Agricultural Extension from IRA. Okay, then I have secured ICAR JRF rank 20 and ICAR SRF rank 7, and also I have cleared ASRB net and UGC net with JR. So we will start with our class today. Today we are starting the fundamentals of agricultural extension. So I hope you have all watched our video on how to prepare, or how to do the strategies for preparing for the examination for 2026. So in that we have discussed the syllabus of both agricultural economics as well as agricultural extension. So then I have told you, first we will be dealing with the chapter fundamentals of agricultural extension. Here mainly we will be dealing with the terminology of agricultural extension, the origin of agricultural extension, the basic meaning, definitions, concepts and philosophy, and also about different types of education, like that. So it will be a basics, or before starting to the going to the in-depth of agricultural extension, what you want to know in basic, that we will be dealing today. Okay, so first we will start with the terminology of agricultural extension. So every time this question, it seems very simple, but that is a common question I think in every subject they can ask. So extension, the term, it's a Latin term. Okay. Okay, it's a Latin term, and extension can be split into two words. One is ex and another is tension or tensio. Okay, so what is the meaning? Ex means out and tensio means stretching. So together extension means stretching out. So what you are stretching out? it can be research findings or knowledge or information, anything. So stretching out to whom? To the people who are living in the rural area, far on and near. Okay, so why we are stretching out, or why we are spreading the information or delivering the information to the people who are far away? Because they can't access it to it. Because most of the time what happens, or like when we are saying about agricultural extension, the information is generated and contained in the research institute or in the main information centers or agriculture universities, like that. So unless and until it reaches to the people who are living far from those institutions, then only we can say that the information or the technologies that we have developed is efficiently or effectively reached to the people. Okay, so that's what stretching out to people in the rural areas, far and near, beyond the limits of the educational institution to which the formal type of education is usually confined. That is agricultural extension. So in general, if we can say, according to Webster's dictionary, it's a branch of university for students who cannot attend the university properly. Okay, so even though this is the standard term, extension is the standard term we are using, there are different synonyms. It means similar terms are used in different countries. Okay, so these are different terms that are used. I'll just say the country and the term and the meaning also. So see, even though the meaning is slightly different, they all are aiming to the common understanding or the common meaning of extension, which is giving a light or like giving an advice to the people who are living far away. Okay, so in Netherlands, in Dutch, the term is voorlichting, which means lightening the path. See, this is just some terms that you have to understand. In every subject, there will be certain topics which you have to memorize and reproduce it in the examination, right? So some memory-based terminologies will be there, memory-based years will be there, institution's name will be there, book's name will be there. So you can make your own codes either, or you can discuss it in between your friends, so that you have to remember this terminology. Okay, so in Dutch language, it's known as voorlichting. So like when I was studying, I used to remember that Dutch and voorlichting is somewhat phonetically same, like its pronunciation is somewhat same. So you can remember in Dutch, it used to tell as voorlichting, which means lightening the pathway. Whereas in Spanish, it means, it tells us capacitation. So I think if you have see the syllabus and all, training and capacity building chapter we have, right? So capacitation, in that itself it says capacity or capacity building. So the meaning is training or invention to improve people's ability, or capacity building, building the capacity. That is the meaning in capacitation. In Germany, it used to call as Beratung as well as Aufklärung. So I think in your textbooks you will see this term Beratung, which means advisory work. But in the, I think 2 years back in SRF examination, this word has been asked, Aufklärung. So which country used to call extension as Aufklärung? That is Germany. Okay, which means enlightenment. Okay, enlightenment. And in France or in French language, it's called vulgarization, which means need for simplification. Okay, vulgarization means need for simplification. And in Malaysia, Indonesia, it's called penyuluhan, which means show torch or give illumination in the dark. As I told, you can think of any small code that you will remember it as. I used to think penyuluhan or like it start with pen. So I used to think as pen torch, like that. So it's like show torch or give illumination in the dark. That is the meaning of it. Okay. Similarly, the other countries, Thailand and Laos, the term song suem used to call song suem, and which means to promote. And similarly, you can think of to promote and to extend, which is in Persia. Okay, it's called Tarwij and Gostarish. Tarwij and Gostarish in Persia, which means to promote and to extend. To promote and to extend. And in Arabic, its extension was called as Al-Irshad. Al-Irshad, which means guidance, giving guidance. And there are many countries with many terms, but these are some of those that you have to remember. Okay. And Austria, it used to call furthering, and in Korea, it used to call rural guidance. In other countries also, it is there. For example, in Peru, it used to call rural agents. And now you think why I didn't tell India, because in India we don't, generally we use the term extension only, but still Technology transfer also used. Okay, technology transfer. So these are the synonyms. Synonyms means similar names instead of extension that is used in different countries. Now we will go to the origin of agricultural extension. Don't think that it's started in very recently or very nearby years and all, because in 1800 BC onwards, I think the oldest reported document of agricultural extension was from 1800 BC in Mesopotamia. In Mesopotamia, they used clay tablet. In that, they used to write, okay, in script with the advice for watering crops and for controlling the rats. So that was, we can consider as a starting or the origin in the early times. Okay, and then in 400 BC, China. In China, we know that the rice is their staple food, right? So rice crop is the major one. So in China, they advised their experienced farmers with a lot of expertise, and they called them as rice men. Okay, and they supervised the planting and water management in the China. So this is also a kind of extension which happened at that point of time. And then in 435 AD, the essential technique for the peasantry is a Chinese agricultural treatise. This was written, essential technique for the peasantry, in 435 AD. Okay, so this is very old, like very historically, when it started very before, this was some of the important points that happened at that ancient times. Then when comes to modern agricultural extension, so the first modern agricultural extension society was originated in Ireland. The first modern agricultural extension society originated in Ireland in the 19th century. So if anyone is asking which country the modern agricultural extension started, means you can tell that is Ireland. Okay, so when did it started? Okay, in 1845, as you know, the great Irish famine or great potato famine happened. So after that, what happened? Then most of the people in the Ireland, they used to completely dependent on the potato farming. So when this Irish famine or the potato famine happened, then the authorities thought they can take the help of the experts from the outside country, so that, or like who are living far away, so that they can help with advising the people in crops other than the potato. Okay, so when this potato famine happened, then they started thinking about taking people from outside the country and giving lectures to their farmers, so that they can practice other crops than potato. So that's how the modern agricultural extension started. Okay, and in Western Prussia, the itinerant agriculture teachers. What do you mean by itinerant agriculture teachers? Which means who are coming from outside outside of the locality. Itinerant agriculture teachers, they are known as Wanderlehrers. They are known as Wanderlehrers. Okay, I think now, like when traveling and all, we use the term Wanderlust. Like similarly, Wanderlehrer means who are traveling from outside and coming to the place. Wanderlehrer, this also asked in the SRF examination once. Okay, Wanderlehrer, they appointed in Central Agricultural Society so that they can teach their the fellow farmers who are living there. So this is somehow the agricultural extension was starting, and it as a system it started to develop, and then as a discipline, like in extension education in a proper form, it started to develop later. When in 1840, the term university extension was originated in Britain. So this is the point here. University extension in 1840 originated in Britain. So it means to extend the knowledge to the doorstep of the farmers. Where are the farmers? There we have to give the knowledge. So that in that sense, the university extension term has originated in 1840 in Britain. Okay, and in 1867, 68, James Stewart is known as the father of university extension. James Stewart is known as the father of university extension. He was working in Trinity College in Cambridge University, and then he started taking lectures on women's association and men's working clubs. So he actually started with the practical application of the university extension. Okay, so he started taking lectures in women's association and men's working clubs, and later this university extension, like as a system, it has accepted in Cambridge University in 1873. Cambridge University first in 1873 as known as extension education. Okay, see, all the terms will seem similar, but they have different origins. Okay, which means University extension originated in 1840 in Britain, as we told. The term extension, only extension, originated in 1866 in England, whereas extension education, see the education element is coming there. Extension education, the term originated in Cambridge University in 1873, and later in London University in 1876, and finally in Oxford University in 1878. Okay, so this is the origin of extension education. So what you have to remember here, that I have given in the box summarized, that is university extension education in 1840 in Britain, extension in 1866 in England, and finally extension education in 1873 in Cambridge. So we will see some of the previous year questions which is associated with the portions which we covered now. Okay, so this question has asked in 2021. The question is the use of the term extension. See, only extension. Extension originated in which country? So if you are watching, I think you can give answer in the chat box. I'll give you some time. If you can just type the options. Option A is India, Australia, England, and Netherlands. It will be visible. So it's a direct question. Yeah, England, correct answer. So it's a direct question. As we told, the use of the term extension was originated in England. Okay. Next question. The term extension education was first used in which year? Term extension education was first used in which year? It is first used by Cambridge University in which year? 1853, 1873, 1902 and 1876. Please remember. Can anyone tell? 1853, 73, 1902 and 1876. Which is 73, yeah. In 73 Cambridge it came, and in 76 in London it came. Okay, so don't get confused. 73 in Cambridge, the first use of the term extension education came. Okay, very good. So this is also like read memory box. You have to remember every time they can be asked. See, from the history, the point is they might have asked in the question in the previous years, but we cannot avoid it because it's a history and the content is very fixed. So at any point of time they can ask, because they are all equally important. Okay, so the term extension first used by whom? It's used by Voorhees, and the father of university extension I already told, James Stewart, and father of extension education is J.P. Liggins. Father of university extension is James Stewart, and father of extension education is J.P. Liggins. And father of extension in India, that's also an important point, that is Kane Singh. Okay, remember the father of extension in India. Oh, I have seen many responses, thank you. And father of extension in India is Kane Singh, and father of extension work in USA. See, this also you have to remember. The father of extension work in USA is Dr. Seaman A. Knapp. Okay, Dr. Seaman A. Knapp. He's known as, why he's known as extension work in USA, father of extension work? Because he is also known as the father of demonstration. Father of demonstration. I think you have at least heard of the terms method demonstration, result demonstration, like that. So he first started the method demonstration. So that's why he is known as the father of demonstration also. So he is the one to use the practical application of extension first. So that's why he is known as father of extension work in USA. And rural extension work originated in USA, and extension education originated in England. Okay, so this is a short box so that you will remember easily. Now we will see some of the historical development of extension in other countries. See, I will start with the other countries, USA and Japan first, and then about India. See, in the extension development or development of agricultural extension in India is not something very small that I can confine it in 1 or 2 slides. Okay, in detail later about there are many committees involved, there are many acts involved, and many institutions including ICAR included, and so it's very wide, vast, so many societies and all are there. So that we will be dealing in the schemes when we are discussing about this extension system in India. Okay, in that chapter we will discuss very detail about the development of agricultural extension in India. So today we will be seeing about the development in USA and in Japan. Okay, so in USA, when we are talking about agricultural extension, this is one of the oldest and very well organized agricultural extension system. Okay, so here in first they have started agricultural societies. So what happens is like in the rural area, people who were living in the rural area, they were start to migrate to the cities because they are not getting advanced education system or advanced better facilities and infrastructures and all. So people started to migrate from rural areas to the cities. So in order to stop that or to keep the rural people in the rural areas, they understood you have to give out of school education to their place. So that's how in Philadelphia, there was a committee, Philadelphia Committee. Okay, so they started Philadelphia Society in 1785. This is the first agricultural society in extension society in USA. Okay, so Philadelphia Society in 1785. This is the first agricultural extension society in USA. And so the main aim of this society was to give out of school education to keep the people in rural areas. Okay, and then see, this only is important. Philadelphia Society is only important, but there are other two societies as well, just for you to understand. Okay, Berkshire Agricultural Society in 1811 and US Agricultural Society in 1852. These were also in the USA. Okay, later again, see, it's not a one-day remedy that you make a society so that people stop the migration. No, again the problem continued, and so that in 1863 there was a county commission. In 1863 there was a county commission under the presidency of President Roosevelt. They also tried to stop the migration of people to cities. Okay, then in 1862 the United States Department of Agriculture started, and then there were three major acts. In every examination, at least one question will be coming from these three acts. Okay, so in this, if you are asking among the USA historical development in USA, which is the most important one, these three acts are the important one. Okay, one is the Morrill Act, second is the Hatch Act, and the third one is the Smith-Lever Act. Okay, there are three acts. One is 1862, the Morrill Act. So Morrill Act is the first act came. Okay, so in that the land grant colleges came into existence. Land grant colleges. So what is land grant colleges? See, you can see the term land is there, which means on area. Every state in the USA, every state can establish an agriculture college and fund them. So that is the land grant colleges. Okay, so these land grant colleges came into existence under the presidency of Abraham Lincoln. This also you have to remember, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so what is the effect of Morrill Act? That will be the question. So the effect of Morrill Act is land grant colleges came into existence. So in every state, agricultural colleges and one agricultural universities also came as a result of Morrill Act in 1862. And then in 1887, Hatch Act came. Hatch Act came, it came after the Morrill Act. So it says after this, as a result of this act, experimental stations came into existence. In each land grant colleges, they established experimental station, means research stations, started in 1887 as a result of Hatch Act. Okay, and then later in 1914, Smith-Lever Act. Because of that, cooperative extension services started in all states. I think you can see your word. Cooperative extension services started in all the states of United States of America as a result of Smith-Lever Act. So this is the one of the major act, Smith-Lever Act. Okay, so extension system like officially started because of the act, because of this act, Smith-Lever Act, which started in 1940. Okay. So as I told before, in USA, historical development of extension in USA, if you are seeing, the major portion is these three acts: Morrill Act, Hatch Act and Smith-Lever Act. Okay. And some other things also. One is the oldest farm organization in USA, that is National Grant. It's not never asked before, but just for your knowledge, just C1s. 1867 national grant was started, and in 1903 teaching by demonstration by Symoney's. I told before he is known as the father of demonstration. Okay, and in 1904 the seed cone trains were started by Professor Holden in Iowa. So see, what is seed cone trains? This is a form of extension. See, people don't have time, or they don't come to a particular class to listen to know about different kind of variety or maize and all. So what he did, this Professor Holden, what he did is he started teaching to the people in a train, so that when the vehicle moves and they were sitting, right, so at that point of time he tried to teach them about the maize. So that's how it's known as seed cone train. So that was also one of the important milestones that happened in the history. Okay, so in 1904 seed cone trains were started by Professor Holden, and one more thing, the extension unit in USA is the county level. See, like are somewhat similar to our district or some of the administration level. County is the extension unit in USA. Okay, so this is about the historical development in USA. I think you should remember this Symoney's and the seed cone train in 1904 and the extension unit in USA and the acts. Okay, now we are moving to Japan. In Japan, actually you don't need to remember too many things, just have a look at it. In 1870s in Japan, this development started in 1870s, where the government was Meiji. Okay, Meiji government introduced Western agricultural practices by inviting instructors. And see, in all over the world, in different countries, the initial process was same. Because of some problem, they have introduced some other outside lecturers to their farmers, so that they will teach their agriculture practices. Okay, so similarly in Japan also, the Meiji government introduced Western instructors practices by inviting the outside instructors. Then they understood that rather than outside the people, they want more advanced agriculture practices in the rice crop. Okay, so because like I told before, in case of China, Japan also, their major crop is rice. So in 1875 onwards, they started using veteran farmers. Veteran farmers means who are expert in the like long have experience in the rice cropping, so that they themselves became an experts. So these veteran farmers started advising the other people. Okay, and then that became in 1880s agricultural discussion societies known as Nodan-kai was introduced. Then in 1893 officially agricultural extension system began, and with the establishment of agricultural experiment stations or agricultural research stations. Okay, so officially in Japan, agricultural extension system started with the introduction of agricultural experiment stations. And in, as we told, the county is the level in USA, right? But in Japan, it is known as prefectural level, where the agriculture research extension linkage is happening. That is the prefectural level, somewhat similar to the state level. Okay, in Japan, the administrative level is like national level, prefectural level, and then municipality level. So somewhere near to the state level, that is the prefectural level. This prefectural level, the agriculture research extension linkage is happening. Okay, so this is the idea about the historical development in Japan. So you have to remember about the last 2 points. One is the official extension system began with the help of agricultural experiment stations, and then the agricultural research extension linkage at the prefectural level. Okay. So from these development of 2 countries, there were questions in the previous year. In 2022, you can answer if you are watching. Under which act the land grant colleges were established in the USA? It's a direct question asked in 2022. Under which act the land grant colleges were established in USA? Option is Hatch Act, Smith-Lever Act, the Morrill Act, and Smith-Hughes Vocational Education Act. This one we didn't study it. It's okay. Among the 3, you can tell in which one. Yeah, you have answered. It's more like the first one. The first act which gave the land grant colleges is the Morrill Act. Okay, see, Smith-Hughes Vocational Education Act is it came in 1970. Okay, it came in 1917. This also given importance to providing vocational education. Okay, it's not don't have that much of importance like the other 3 acts. Yeah, many have answered. Yeah, then another one. See, this is the kind of questions that start to ask in the recent years. Okay, in 2024, see, the question is, arrange the following historical events related to extension service in the United States of America in the order of their occurrence from the earliest to the latest. Okay, so rather than asking directly which year it came, they are asking arrange the historical events in the order of from earliest to the latest. Okay, so the options are, first one, the Moral Act that established land grant universities. They will be extending the sentences. Okay, take only the keywords which you need to remember. The keyword here is the Moral Act. You have to only remember in which year Moral Act came. Okay, the second one, the Hatch Act that established agricultural experiment stations. So the second keyword is Hatch Act. Third one, Dr. Seaman Enap sets up a demonstration that became a key technique for extension work. Don't get distracted. So here is the first keyword is demonstration, started in which year. And then the fourth one is Smith-Lever Act that established the National Cooperative Extension Service. So the word is Smith-Lever Act. I'll give you some time so that you can understand which year each of these came and arrange them in the earliest to the latest. Okay. Oh, you have already answered. It's option A. Yeah, because Moral Act in 1862 and then Hatch Act in 1867, Seaman Enap method demonstration in 1903, Smith-Lever Act in 1940. Okay, so Hatch Act in 1887, Moral Act in 1862, so that A, B, C, D will be the order. Okay, I'm happy that many have answered. Okay. Now we are going to the basic meaning, definition, concept and the philosophy of extension education. Okay, so see, this might have seemed a little bit crowded to you because I have given the exact definition of the by the authors. Okay, because we don't know how they will be asking. Sometimes they have asked in SRF examination and all, they have asked about the definition, who given the this definition by which author, like that. So in JRF also they can ask the same. So these are very important 3 definition. That's why I kept it as the whole. Okay, so in historically, extension means education in agriculture and home economics to the rural people. Okay, so how to develop their, like, keep their subsistence in the home economics means related to their money and all, like how to make good practices so that they can it will get a oral development to the people, like that. So home economics in rural people, education in agriculture and home economics in rural people. Okay, then there are 3 definitions that you have to study. One is given by Ensminger. Okay, Ensminger in 1957, he told extension is education. Even though the definition is big, remain the keywords. Okay, so here extension is education. Ensminger told extension is education, and the purpose is to change attitude and practice of the people with whom the work is done. Okay, so Ensminger told extension is education. And what Liggins told? Liggins told that extension education is referred as an applied science. So the key word here is applied science. Applied science, it's not something theoretical, not only something theoretically we are doing, but also something we are applying in the practical situation. Okay, so extension education is an applied science consisting of content derived from research, accumulated field experience. See, not only the research, but also from the field experience, the experience of the farmers, and relevant principles drawn from the behavioral sciences. See, behavioral sciences. These terms, normally they will ask the definition like that only. Sometimes they can shrink it. Only they can take the keywords from their applied sciences and behavioral sciences, like that. So he also described it as applied science which have taken from the principles from the behavioral sciences and synthesized it with useful technology into a body of philosophy, principles, content and methods focused on the problems of out of school education for adult and youth. I know it may seem a little bit longer for you, but the point you have to understand it, it's like any other discipline, extension education is also have its own philosophy, its own principles, content and method. Okay, it is focusing on the out of school education system for the adult and youth. Okay, that is the definition given by Liggins. And finally, one more definition, the National Commission on Agriculture given in 1976. This is also an important definition. Okay, so they described extension as an out of school education and services. Out of school education and services for the members of the farm family and others directly or indirectly engaged in farm production, to enable them to adopt themselves, adopt improved practices in the production management and conservation and marketing. So this is the definition given by National Commission on Agriculture. So just think of, here they have described it as out of school education. See, this word has given more important in the National Commission on Agriculture. So, and also they have mentioned the members of the family, not only the particular farmer but also the farm family. See, this all we will be dealing with later in extension. One principle itself is there, principle of family. Okay, instead of seeing them as a like one person who is doing, the whole family will be included in the farm situation. Okay, family and others directly or indirectly engaged in not only the farmers but all the stakeholders who are involving in the farming. They can also be given extension education. So these are the main definitions for your understanding, and there are so many other definitions, so I have given only the keywords from that so that you have to remember. Okay, so O.P. Dehama has told that extension is an educational process. It's the more importance in extension is attained, like given to the educational part, education process, where Adivi Reddy has told extension is a science. Okay, extension is a science, and there are very classical or fundamental books also written by all of them, and in the later class actually I have given in them as together, all the books of fundamentals of extension has given together so that you can revise it lately. Okay, and then extension is a communication intervention. This is important. Okay, extension is a communication intervention given by Niels Rowling. See, basically in extension what we are doing, we are communicating to the people. Through communication, we are giving an intervention. Intervention means we are intervening there where our interventions are needed. Okay, wherever the problem is there, wherever our intervention is there, we are going there and intervening through communication. So extension is communication intervention according to Niels Rowling. And one more, extension education is an applied behavioral science according to Singh. According to Singh, extension education is an applied behavioral science. See, other things is just if you want to remember, like if you can have time or if you can read, then you can refer to the other three. These are very important. It's an educational process, it's a science, it's a communication intervention, and also it's an applied behavioral science. Okay. There are many it didn't change. Okay, there are many definitions more, but one more thing you have to understand, you might be listening from many definitions from many people. Don't give too much of time to memorize all the definitions, only study the keywords. Otherwise, at the end, you are not only studying the definitions of extension. From every chapter, when you go for program planning, when you go for training or management, you have many definitions to study. Okay, so just think about the keywords given by whom. Okay, now we will see the concept of extension, which is based on the 5 basic premises. So when you do extension work or when we are studying about extension education, think about the 5 basic premises. Premises means the basic things that, or like surroundings that you have to remember in the concept of extension, which is given by Hasanullah in 1995. So this is simple actually. It says that people have unlimited potential for personal growth and development. So what it says, like whenever you go to a village or whenever you are taking classes for the farmers or you are doing extension work, do not think that, oh, they are farmers, they won't understand anything. Don't think like that, because people have unlimited potential for personal growth and development, and the development takes place at any stage of their lives. We cannot assume that they are old people, they cannot understand, they can't listen or they can't understand. So because the development can be takes place at any stage of their lives, and adults are not interested in learning only for the sake of learning. See, for example, if you are studying in college, UG college in agriculture, BSc agriculture, you will be studying many subjects, like pathology will be there, entomology will be there, economics, extension will be there. If you don't want to study one subject, or if you don't like a subject, you don't have an option to leave it there and go. But when it comes to non-formal education or like extension education, they will be learning only the portions which they want to learn. So always it should be the target oriented. Whoever is the target people, it can be farmers or it can be processor, input leader, dealers, whoever it be, whatever the target wants, that only they will learn. They will learn that only, not for the sake of the learning. And such learning is a continuous need of rural population and should be provided on a continuing basis. So it's not like one day you go, give them some instructions and you go back. That kind of teaching or learning will not work in extension, because it's a continuing process. And given the required knowledge and skills, people are capable of making optimal choices. Optimal choices means they will be capable of, it's not like you are telling them you should do this. It's not like that. You are giving them proper knowledge and skill, so that at their conveniences and at any situation, they will be capable of taking their own optimal choices. So these are the 5 basic premises upon which concept of extension is laid. Okay. And then the philosophy of extension. So before starting, what is philosophy? Philosophy is the pursuit of wisdom or body of general principles or laws of a field of knowledge. Like if we are talking about the word, philosophy is originated from a Greek word. Okay, philosophy is originated from a Greek word. Extension originated from a Latin word, whereas philosophy originated from Greek word. Okay. In Greek word, it can be split into 2 parts. Okay, one is philo and another is sophia. Philo and sophia, together it's called as philosophy. Philo means love and sophia means wisdom. So it means, generally it says philosophy means love of wisdom. So we can say philosophy is a pursuit of wisdom or body of general principles or laws of a field of knowledge. So what is the philosophy? See, this philosophy is the basic, like overall structure upon which the principles or laws of a particular field is given. Okay, so what is the philosophy of extension? According to Kelsey and Herney, see, this is also important. Okay, who gave the philosophy of extension, and like of not what to think but how to think. Okay, the basic philosophy of extension is not what to think but how to think. I think you will be familiar with a old proverb. There is an old proverb, like if you give a fisherman a fish, okay, like, or fisherman or a hungry person, I think, if you are giving him a fish for one day, he will be okay for the day. Okay, he will be happy for the day. If you are giving him a fish, next day also he will be happy. But if you teach him how to catch a fish, okay, then he will be happy for the lifetime. So that's what basically we are doing in extension. Instead of teaching them what to think, we are teaching them how to think, so that in each of their own personal experiences or in situations, they can take their own decisions. Okay, so a sound extension philosophy will be always forward looking. It will not only address the current situation, but also it will make the people capable of taking decisions in the future also. So that's why it will be always forward looking. So this is the philosophy of extension. Okay. Then we have to see the levels of extension. We told that there is extension, we told about the origin of extension and university extension, extension education, extension service, like that. So the levels, there are 2 levels of extension, which means at present, what are the levels, like in how many ways the extension is working. Okay, one is extension education and another is extension service. Just have an overall idea. Extension education means what we are doing now. Okay, or in whatever related with us, the institutions were related with the ICAR and the research institutes and all, whatever they are dealing with the education part, that is the extension education. Whereas in extension service means serving the people, right? So that's what which is directly related with the people. Okay, related with the only with the people. Okay, so in extension education, the extension education part, This is performed by the higher learning institutions. Higher learning institution can be universities, agriculture universities, it can be a research institution or any apex level organization by the government or anything. This can be coming under the institutions which is performing extension education. Okay, so what they are doing mainly to educate, train and develop professionals. So their main aim is towards the professionals. We all will be the professionals working in the agricultural extension system. Okay, and to develop the different methodologies. So in the academic view, what we are doing, that is coming under this level, extension education. Okay, so here what is their lab? See, everyone in many departments, if you are seeing, they will be have a lab. You will be working in practicals and all in labs, right? So what is the lab of extension? So village is our lab. We are working with the people in the village. So in case of extension education, the villages act as the labs. Okay, so what we do there at the university, in any university, if you are taking, suppose in IRI, what you are doing? So they have their own extension wing. Okay, and also they do teaching and they do research. In any universities, if you are taking any state agriculture university or any other university, if you are taking, they will have an extension component, a teaching component and a research component. But when you come to a research institute, there will not be teaching, right? In research institute, they may, like any national research centers on garlic or anything. So there, what they do mainly, they will do research and extension. Definitely in every research institute or every university under ICAR, they have the extension part. Okay, so they do research plus extension. And at the other apex level organizations, say for example manage, they do extension and training, not the research. Okay, so these are the at different institution what they are doing, which is contributing to the extension educational level. Okay, so mainly basically what they are doing, they are developing or giving training to the professionals and developing methodologies as a discipline. Okay, that's what happening in the extension education level. But when it comes to extension service means here this is performed by the state government and different departments, agriculture department, animal husbandry department, horticulture department. So many departments and the state government will be together performing extension services. And they act between university and the farmers. See, in the these universities, they are working on different things and they are developing many methodologies. So how to implement them effectively on the farmers, the link, that is the extension service. Okay, so they will be focusing on location specific, input intensive, target and result oriented. Each word is important. Location specific, definitely the why the extension education is very local, work at the local level or with the grassroots level, we say, because in every location farmers need different things. See, in Kerala a farmer will need different things. Definitely when it comes to a northern state like any Jammu Kashmir or any other state, the requirement will be entirely different. So you cannot apply a single method over every place. Definitely it should be location specific, input intensive and target and result oriented. What they want, we should provide them what they want, and we should give all the infrastructure and materials so that they will be able to do everything themselves. And target and result oriented, as I told before, they will not learn something for the sake of learning. If they know what will be the result, if they want the result, then only they will be learning. Okay, so that is coming, that is the purpose of extension service, and educating and training farmers with the help of extension organization and research institute. That is the main purpose of extension service. Okay, in extension education, it is to train the professionals and methodologists, but whereas in extension service, it is to serve the farmers with the help of these organizations and research institute. Okay, and then they also go with the different trends of decentralization of extension and privatization of extension. These all will happen because these all are directly interacting with the farmers level. Okay, so these all will be coming in the extension service level. So there are two levels of extension, that is extension education level and another is extension service level. Okay, and there are certain questions from this. One is this is a statement type of question. See, we have seen many direct multiple choice questions and statement type of questions. It's asked in 2021. Okay, so there are two statements. one is labeled as statement 1 and another is statement 2. First statement, extension is generally taught at two levels, extension education and extension service. That is a statement 1. Okay, statement 1. And second statement is, these two levels are interrelated by maintaining their separate identity. These two levels are interrelated by maintaining their separate identity. So the options are both statement 1 and 2 are true, both statement 1 and 2 are false, statement 1 is true and 2 is false, statement 1 is false and 2 is true. So which one is the option? See, I think this is a direct statement, right? The levels and which are the levels. And the second one you might have not seen in any textbook, but still just think with whatever you have learned. They are interrelated by maintaining their separate identity. Which is the option? Option C, B. Yeah. Okay. Both are true. Option A. Okay. The option is both are true. Option A. They are interrelated. I told whatever is developed. Yeah, correct. Thank you. Whatever is given in the developed in the extension education level, they will be the extension service act as a connection between these findings and the farmers. Okay, so they are interrelated, but at the same time they have their own identity. Correct. And next question, which statement reflect the philosophy of extension education according to Ensminger? See, this is a question. Normally, when we are learning about the philosophy of extension, we don't mention Ensminger, right? But we only know that Ensminger told that extension is education. The definition we have studied. So, from that you have to understand which will be the answer. Okay. So, they asked to take the correct statements. Okay. Which statement reflect the philosophy? So, I will read out the statement. First one, extension is solely an informational transfer process. Let it be there. It says that extension is only informational transfer process. The main aim of extension is informational transfer. And second one, extension aims to transform individuals by changing their knowledge, attitude and skill. That is a second option. Second statement. Third one, extension focus on self-help and cooperative effort. That is the third one. Extension focus on self-help and cooperative effort. And the fourth one is extension is a continuous process. These are the four statements. See, many times you may not get the direct also. Sometimes they will give the exact direct sentence. Sometimes they will give these kind of statements which you have never heard before. But still, this is easy for you to deduct the answer. So, which one will be representing? Okay, I think you have given answer for this one. Option A. Option A, B, like that they are telling. Okay, so we will see. So what Ensminger have told? Okay, many are asking about the metrics and all. See, about that, the metrics and the counseling and all, they will be the team will be informing you soon itself. Okay, don't get worried on that things. So here we will come to the question. Extension is solely an informational. What Ensminger told? Ensminger told extension is an education. Extension is education process, like that he told. So whenever we talk about education, you should think about the improvement in knowledge, attitude and skill. Okay. So education is directly, whenever you think about the word education, these three things should come into your mind. Knowledge, attitude and skill. Okay. So anyway, this statement will come there. B is there. And then we have to see education is a continuous process. We know that education is a continuous process. So definitely B and D will come. And then we have to see extension focus on self-help and cooperative effort. Even if you don't know about education, even if you don't know about the Ensminger's full theory and all, just think extension focus on self-help and cooperative effort. Both extension after the aim of extension is to help themselves as well as in a group, cooperative effort, like in a together effort. So obviously the third option also will come there. And then about the first statement, extension is solely an informational transfer process. So the question is extension is only doing extension, technology transfer or what? See, that was the aim before. Only whatever happening in the education institution, that will be directly transferred to the farmers. that was the only purpose. But then extension, we cannot say this the only transferring process is happening in the extension, because he told it's an educational process, and he told there, because education, there will be knowledge, attitude and skill components will be involved in there. So we cannot say it's only transferring of the technology, but also changing, making the change in their knowledge, attitude and skill also. So behavioral elements are also involved there, capacity training also involved there. So we cannot say extension is solely an informational transfer process. Okay, so the option will be B, C and D, option D. Okay, sorry, nobody told, it's okay, because it's not a direct question. You will see these kind of questions, when you answer again and again, then only we will be thinking in the way. After some point of time, definitely you can understand it from the first glance itself. Okay, this one, how agricultural extension has as a discipline it derived. Okay, regarding this, in India, as I told before, when we take the class about the extension systems in India, in very detail we will be dealing with. This is just since it's a fundamentals, we cannot avoid also. So this is just a basic things that you have to remember. So as a discipline like any other subjects, like any plant protection or plant crop sciences and all, extension also became a discipline. How it started? In UG courses, extension started to teach in 1950. See, everything is everything, the year and which college, everything is important here. In 1950, the UG classes, agricultural extension has included in first in the College of Agriculture, Calcutta University. Okay, and then in PG, as a course in PG, masters, postgraduate course has started in 1955, 50 in UG and 55 in PG. First in Bihar Agriculture College in Sabor, and then in 58 in College of Agriculture, Nagpur. These two colleges initially as a PG postgraduate course, agricultural extension has started. 55 in Bihar Agriculture College and 58 in Nagpur College. And then in 1961, IARI has started the PhD program in agricultural extension, and the Department of Agriculture in IARI New Delhi has started with the association of JP ligands. This actually has asked in one of the questions. Okay, with associated with whom the division of Department of Agricultural Extension in IARI New Delhi has started. So that is in association with the JP ligands. Okay, so and then the PhD course in IARI has started in 1961. First PhD course in agricultural extension started in IARI, and in 1961 itself PG and PhD started in Punjab Agriculture University. And also there are 4 extension educational institutions, EEI, and all these 4 you have to remember. Okay, in which year they established and where are these 4 institutions. One is in Nilokeri, Haryana. It started in 1959. So the first extension education institute is established in Nilokeri in 1959, and the second one is started in Anand in Gujarat in 1962. Okay, and then the third one is Hyderabad in 1962, then Andhra at that time, and then in fourth the Jorhat, Assam in 1987, the 4th extension education institute. So these are the 4 extension education institute. So this is just a fundamental, like a very basic thing of development of extension, agricultural extension as a discipline in India. Okay, I think the time is already 1 hour. We will deal with the types of teaching and type of education and the difference of agricultural extension education and the formal education in the later classes. Okay, so these are the other portions which we will be taking in the next class, since it's already 1 hour going on. So this is our first class in agricultural extension. I hope you have understood, because it's a fundamental. This is our first pages of the class book, right? So like whenever you want to study extension or any other subject, first you will, what you will do, you will take the basic book and you will read the first 2 pages, and then maybe you will get bored after some time, and then you will come the next day and again you will take the same pages again. So this is that pages, front pages, because very important, very fundamental and very basic things. In the next class also we will continue with the fundamentals of the agricultural extension itself. Hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt, the students of master course is also attending, I think. So you can ask any doubt regarding this. Normally in my class, I tell to students that whatever I have taken in one class, please go and read and in the textbook first and solve the problems in the MCQ books also as soon as possible, by today or by tomorrow itself, so that then only you will have doubts, then only you can ask me in the next class also. Okay, now also you can ask me. I don't think because it's mainly factual things, I don't think there will be much question to ask, but still if you can have anything, you can ask. And in the next class also, you are always welcome to ask. And there will be one more video in the YouTube live itself for agricultural economics extension, and Ajay will be taking 2 classes live in agricultural economics as well. So all of you study well, prepare well, and if you like the class, you can join in our master course also. Thank you.